Hi everybody. Despite the fact that I have the flu, because this is the best way to spend your holidays, being sick, I decided to do this. Don't worry, if your antivirus software is up to date, you are not gonna catch the flu from me, because today I want to talk about prefabs, an important component of the map editor, because as you see here, without prefabs we have just random roads. So I'm going to show you today how to connect roads and prefabs. I'm not talking about all prefabs. Today I'm gonna talk about road prefabs, because also in prefabs are the companies, garages, services, gas stations and so on. About that we are gonna talk in the future episode. Today we are gonna use the prefabs helping us to create a correct and nice road structure. Let's get started. First of all, I have few roads here. Let's place a roundabout. I'm gonna press 2 E. I'm gonna search roundabout, and since we have 4 lanes here and 4 lanes here, we're gonna need a one with 4 lanes. For example, this one. Let's place it here. Let's change the rotation. Before placing, you can do some things. Rotation is one of them, and another thing is to change the origin node. The origin node here, where I have my mouse, is gonna be the red node. If we change it to this, is perfect, because here we have a red node with a green one from the road. If we have something like this, is not good, because we're gonna have red and red. So be sure before you place your prefab to assign the correct red node to it. For example, if I place this, of course is not gonna fit, never. Here we talk about this. I'm gonna just delete it, 2 E, and change the node in the direction I want to. Is not recommended, as in my situation here, to place it like this, and I explain you why. Because you can connect this, there is no problem to connect it here, there is no problem to connect it here. We talk about this green, round green with square green are going together, green with red are going together, but you have here a red one, and if you want to continue your road from here, you're not gonna be able to start from here, because you cannot start from red, you can start only from green one, and 1E if you start from this to this, you're gonna have red and red, and you cannot connect these two. So in this case, in this situation, you are forced to work backwards. For example, doing like this and then doing like this, and is not a very good situation. So the best way is to have here a green node. Let's delete this, 2E, and choose the correct one. Red must be here. 0 is not that one, 2, and this is the correct placement. You are going to place this here, you are going to connect this here, and now if you want to continue your road, just press 1 and E, and you can continue your work from here, and the road is already connected to the prefab. I wanted to insert this type of prefab here, this roundabout, because if you are looking at properties, this one have additional parts, and also have a corner. Not all prefabs have this, but this one does. Shoulder, it's here, you see it's already added a side, shoulder and shoulder, and now your roundabout have this shoulder, or if you want to add this one, a curb, okay, you have here a solid margin of this, but as the terrain is not going to fit with your terrain from the road, let's see, 30, 30, 30, okay. And in the side here, you see that margin raises the ground, and your terrain, your roundabout terrain, is not going to fit with your road terrain. So we are not going to use this one. We are going to use, let's see what else we have. This is with sidewalk, but it's not helping us. This is good for cities. Just curb. No, just shoulder. And now the terrain is fitted. You can add the additional parts here. Not all of them. This one, you can choose one or the other. And OK, press again, add signs. If we do changes in this prefab properties, and then you're gonna press add signs, all the changes here are gonna be deleted, and Best way to do it is make changes, give it OK, click again, and now add signs. Okay, so we have already the signs for this roundabout. The properties window for prefabs are pretty much the same as the road properties, the same terrain, the same vegetation option. You have just 2, not 3, but is there from 0 to 30, for example. So there's not much to talk about this property window, except this: you can have different type of asphalt, as you see here. With lines or clean. Another prefab we can add here, sorry. Let's say we have a T-shaped intersection here, but as you noticed, we have here a country road and a city road. If you want to connect this together, let's say this is the point where a city starts and you want to have sidewalks, but if we connect these two together, is not the way you are gonna do it, because again, every sidewalk, every curb has the terrain above the normal country road. You see this gap here, 0.2 difference between this one and this one. So this is not the way it's recommended to do it. You can do it this way, but you need to mask this one, and it's not gonna look pretty. Shift, move. Let's say we have here a T-shaped intersection. I'm going to press 2E. I'm going to press road 2 because I'm going to write road 2 because we have 2 lanes in one side and 2 lanes in the other, and now we have road 2 with road 2 T-shape. Let's change to 90 the rotation, and this is bad because if I place this here, I'm gonna have red to red. Let's change this. You see, in this situation the red node is not gonna fit anywhere except in this node, so we must have the red not here but here, and to have here green and green. Let's place this like this. If your prefab is bended or rotated like this one, the road is gonna, after you connect to the roads, the road is gonna follow the rotation of the prefabs and not the other way around. So if we do this, the road is gonna bend. If we do this, the road is gonna bend, and same story here. If you rotate the prefab, it's gonna rotate the roads along with it. But let's add some terrain to this. 25 to 25 and to 25. In this prefab and in many others, you're gonna see these ugly things here. It's a common thing in terrain of the prefabs, and you are gonna need to mask this with something else. Again, you see placing the sidewalk next to the country road or a country intersection is not gonna fit. Again, we have this ugly thing here, so we are gonna need to disconnect this one, move, shift, click, and let's make it look nice. We are gonna press 2E and we are gonna look for a prefab, call it sidewalk end. This is for 4 meters sidewalk, this is for 8 meters sidewalk. This one with UK, it's for British way of driving on the wrong side of the of the road. So alright, sidewalk, nope, again I'm gonna choose this one, and again we are very careful where to put the red node. In this case is very well because we have here green and here red, so I'm gonna place it. It's not recommended to connect prefab with prefab. In many cases, even they are connected, some gaps or some rotation error are gonna persist, are gonna stay. The best way is to have some piece of the road between them, but I'm gonna do this at least to be sure you have the same rotation of the both prefabs. I'm gonna click on this one here and press N from node properties, this one purple here, node properties, N from Nigeria, and I'm gonna see the rotation here, minus 94.2. I'm gonna do the same thing here and modify it, 94.2. So now we have exactly the same rotation of both prefabs. I'm gonna move, connect, and it's connected. Now we can connect the road with sidewalk, and as you see, let's add some terrain to this, 50 to 50, okay, and as you see there is no gap here in the transition from country road to city road. If you want to add semaphores, traffic lights for this one, properties, this is the type of traffic lights, 2 or 2, because this is what we have here, and we have semaphores, traffic lights. This is the way we have a piece of the road here, 2 ways, 4 lanes, and let's say we want to split this to make an exit or something like that. We need another type of prefabs. highway 2. Let's find it. This is for highway, this is narrow. Okay. Again, you're gonna choose very carefully where your red node is gonna be. In this case, it can be here up, so this one is gonna be red, or the way it was like this. Let's say we keep him like this. And I'm gonna place this here. As I say, the road bends to follow the prefab rotation, and we are gonna connect these two. When you are gonna where you are gonna place this type of roads, it's better to follow the way, the direction of the road. Let's say, let's find this one way. And we have our simple one way here, and it's important to follow the direction of the movement. In our way, the green arrows are going to show us how to do it from here to here, and not the other way around, because we are going to have a wrong direction of the movement. And this one, you can make an exit, you can, I don't know, connect a bridge or something. With prefabs, it's very hard to understand the way they are working, and 10 tutorials are not going to teach you how to use them. The only way to understand and to use this is to practice and to see for yourself how are connected, how we are gonna pass from 2 lanes to 3 lanes or 4 lanes, how to make a bridge. These things are not gonna be easy to learn by a tutorial. These things are gonna be learned by you by practice. If you have this situation here, as you see, the land it's overlapping, so we are gonna select both of this, and you see here how the road is have a gap. Properties, first of all, we are gonna right edge, left edge, and you can choose sidewalk, shoulder. I'm gonna choose shoulder. I'm gonna choose shoulder. Okay, and now the gaps are gone. If you choose curb, again you will have a gap between these two terrains, but it still look ugly. And let's say this is 45. Okay, and now the terrain is not going to overlap the other road, but still you're going to have a problem. and that problem is invisible walls. Let's see them. Collision, and you see here this one is from this road, this one is from that road. So when you're gonna drive here, you're gonna have these invisible walls. When you combine roads, it's very important not to forget to disable these boundaries. Select one, select the other, P, properties, and no boundary. High poly roads, and this is it. Now you can drive easy without any invisible wall. You see the rest of the invisible walls here is not gonna create problems here, but if you have a bridge under or above the road, you're gonna hit these invisible walls. If you want to disable them for prefabs, the same thing is valid. You can go to properties and no boundary, and you see this roundabout is not having any invisible wall anymore. If you want to make a city intersection cross, let's press 2 E, again road 2, but this time we need something with sidewalks. Sidewalk 4 meters or sidewalk all. This is for 8 meters. Let's choose this. Let's place it here. If you want this direction, of course we are going to change the origin node to be 2, and here we have our first city road connected. You can add semaphores, traffic lights, 2, 2. Okay, so you have the city. Of course you can add to the roads railings, fences, or whatever you want to add and to create the structure. A very simple way to, for example, passing from 4 roads to simple road, we are going to click 2 A. I'm going to look for city to road 1. It's a pretty long prefab, very big, and if I place it like this, it's gonna be wrong. No, it's gonna be fine because we have green here. We are gonna connect this, and now we can create a simple road to add to this prefab, and as you see, we are going from the 2 lanes road to the extension to 4 lanes. We have a roundabout, we have an intersection with traffic lights, we have the passing from the transition between country road and city road, and a city intersection with traffic lights. There are many possibilities to combine this, but keep in mind every prefab you add is be sure it's for this type of road, and you are gonna see this by placing a wrong prefab. You are gonna see it's not gonna fit and just delete it. For example, this one, if I place it like here, like that, it's gonna look strange and bad. Shift, move, rotate, and as you see, we have here a cross between a road with 4 lanes and one with 1 lane. This is a country road connected to the city. Let's make this city road with some sidewalk, and again we have another connection. This one can have traffic lights also, 2 to 1. Okay. If you want to add gas station, are very easy to add gas. Small road. There are 2 different types of this gas station. Okay. If we enable the map F5, you see that the gas icon, it's already present here. We have here the gas station. Let's add some terrain. Okay, let's add signs. Okay, so now we have our gas completed, and that's all about this kind of prefabs. There are too many of them to talk in one tutorial. If you want to start with simple things, these are the simple things. If you want to make custom exits, highway exits, bridges, as I told you, you need to experience yourself, to try them all, to see what you can use and what not. But keep in mind, the prefabs and the roads are pretty connected to each other. A city road with city prefabs, country road with country prefabs, 4-lane with 4-lane prefabs, and so on. What can you do when we have a situation like this, because I've seen this, and this one. If you build your map and in some points when you want to connect different parts of your map and you find yourself in a situation like this, what can I do? It's very simple. Use a T-shape prefab to road 1, either this one, which is very big, and as you see, you can have the green node of the prefab just down here, because you already have red and red here, so your prefab must have green and green inside. This one is too big. I'm going to choose something smaller. Road 1 to road 1T, this one, and this is the only place where the origin node can be placed. It's not gonna be here, we can connect it. It's not gonna be here, we can connect it. It's gonna be down there, here. I'm gonna connect this with this, and this. Control C, Control V, or rotate. You're gonna create here this one to be, let's add some terrain here. Okay, I press by mistake remove sign, but this prefab has no signs. Let's say this is the main road you want to keep, and this is a ghost road. It's very useful. They are very useful because they generate traffic. They bring the AI traffic from the side of the road, not only the road itself. It's a better way to create traffic, and it's better to have this. When you have the space for it, you are going to go with this, or you are going to bend it, node properties, free rotation, rotate like this, move like this, rotate again. As you see, is not high poly road. Let's make it. Okay, now the curve is a little bit better. Let's add some trees. Oaks and maples from 0 to 30 and very dense. Let's see, 200. Okay, and as you see, sitting here, you're not gonna see the end of the ghost road. Of course, you are gonna do the things bigger, the distances, the landscape is going to be bigger than this, but this is just an example. And to close this, E old dead end. Okay, place this one here, and you just created your first ghost road, and you escaped from that bad situation when you have two red nodes meeting each other. In the next episode we are going to talk about special prefabs, but also we are going to talk about file editing to create some definitions. That's it for today. Goodbye.